I know through thick and thin, no matter what, I can turn to him. I always tell him, we've been together for 20 years. This is the longest I've ever had stability in my life. He provided that when we joined together. So, yeah, you're so cute.
For real, I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all out to a musical extravaganza called the Night and Day Project. Please save your applause to me.
I do it because I love living. You don't hear me though.
We kind of want to hear what these guys want to ask us. Ask any of us. But I know we have a question over here.
Hi, my name is Hani, and my question is, what advice would you all have, the producers or Taj and Eddie, for sisters that have given up on Black love? Like, I've completely abandoned it, especially with the life that I live now. It's so super whitewashed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with it. And a lot of my friends have too. Like, it's about 6 of us now. They're like, we're gonna swipe white, and we just don't have to break ourselves down.
Did you guys catch swipe white?
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve, for that clarification. I do want to say, okay, there is an element of giving up on Black men that we need to discuss. You know, it was important for us in this show to show Black people finding love whenever and wherever they find it, right? You know that we included interracial couples in the first season, and there's one in this season as well. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to show ourselves in happy, loving relationships. That was our goal in terms of creating this show. So, you know, I'm happy you haven't given up on love altogether. But we should talk about this giving up on Black men situation.
Don't do it yet.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you've experienced is still...
She's 34. She doesn't have the time. Direct quote.
Look, you might not like this, but you got to make the time. Like, you really do. Like, so oftentimes people, they don't make space for it. And they talk about what their priorities are, but what they actually do is something that does not reflect the stated priorities. And so you say, oh yeah, I want to be married, I want to do this, yet you don't give people the time of day. I'm not saying that this is you, but certain people they don't make it a priority. They don't put themselves out there. They don't sort of allow for that thing to happen. And so it's not like I'm going to be a broken record with it. It's not like TV or film or social media where, you know, it's a perfect story. And so sometimes it requires risking embarrassment. Sometimes, like my wife did. We literally would not be sitting here, all of us right now, had my wife not hit on me.
Y'all welcome.
Go ahead, Chloe. Go ahead.
I'm serious. Like, the show wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be here. And so, I appreciate it. Because, look, sometimes as guys, we're dumb. We don't get it. It's like you think you're letting us know. You think you're looking at us. You think whatever. We don't get it. And sometimes if you're a nice guy, it's like, you know, you don't want to... You've also been sort of shot down, or, you know, that all these women who are sort of mean or men haters or whatever it may want to be, it makes it really difficult. And so it's like, I don't want to say hello because she's going to be like, hello, how are you doing? What? Like, what? I just said hi. It scared me.
And I'll say this too, you know, what in life is easy? What in life is easy? If you're pursuing any goal, whatever that may be, it's not going to be easy. And when you say you're going to cut off Black men, you're cutting off all the possibilities of what could be. You haven't met any, I mean, you met a small segment, probably Black men, where Chicago, maybe New York, whatever that may, you got to keep yourself open to that. So you must persist without exception. And even if you are 34 years old, it may happen when you're 90, but damn it, it's going to be the best 2-3 years of your life when you hit 90. Because guess what? God might be saving you from someone who's going to rape you, who's going to kill you, who's going to stalk you. You never know what he's saving you from. But you've got, the test is to keep your mind and heart open to all the possibilities.
Look, I'm sorry. I believe you are going to find the one, or he's going to find you. I really do. And you just got to be open to it, and please don't give up, because somebody out there is looking for you. Like, really, somebody is.
Good evening. My name is Jasmine. Do you all feel that it's appropriate to discuss like issues that you're going through with your significant other or your partner with a friend or a family member? You just kind of want to, talk through a situation, but you don't need to hear that, oh, girl, leave him alone, or you need to walk away. When, if ever, where do you start?
Okay, Eddie's
Don't.
grunting. He's like,
No.
Nah.
I'm just gonna say, if not often, and if and when you do, to be very choosy about that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You just need to know that you have a connection with that person, and you know that this is somebody you can tell your deepest, darkest secret to. I have 4 best friends. I call them the elements, and literally, I've known them since I was 9 years old. They're my son's godmothers. I know that if I go to them and tell them something, it's not going to be out in these streets. I know that, and they know him. So they've been around for the last 20 years. So I know that if I go to them and tell them, Eddie just got on my nerve. God, they don't dog him. They just like, Eddie got a big head. Just don't pay him no mind. They don't tell me you should leave or he's this. They don't do that. Anybody who cares about you and your happiness will not tell you to be unhappy.
Yeah, and from a man's perspective, I have some guys that I talk to that are older, but you got to be careful because they'll look at that as an opportunity. You never know. You don't know the spirit of somebody as to get in there and really twist things up. So I go to a third party. I go to a counselor and be like, look, my wife is acting X, Y, and Z. She's tripping, and what should I do? I mean, that's kind of how I'll do it. So I use my resources outside of that, so I won't get like a biased opinion. They won't side with me or her. It's just, here are the facts. Here's what it is, and how am I going to execute to get back on the same page with my wife again?
So I think it's a potentially dangerous thing. And so for me, it's like, if you're gonna talk to somebody, you're gonna talk to somebody who has your collective best interest at heart. And so somebody who's not just gonna say, oh, well, she's wrong, or, women are crazy, or whatever it may be. And it's like, sometimes it's like, nah, dog, you were wrong. And you need somebody who can tell you that. You need somebody who's trying to make sure that you stay together, and not just somebody that's going to tell you what you want to hear, not somebody who's just going to talk trash with you. And then also, what also happens sometimes is that you'll tell somebody all the bad stuff, and then you get over it, and then they hate that person, but you didn't tell them the good stuff. And so then they're sitting there, and then you talk to them again next time, and so they're just piling up this, all this pile of shit. And it's just not healthy. And so I think talking to people is good, but you have to be very, very careful. Selective. And just make sure it's not the peanut gallery.
And I just want to, I guess, put a button on that by saying it is important, though, to have an outlet. So whether that's a counselor, whether that's that one friend that is just going to always give you both sides and help you see more clearly, it is important to have an outlet, because I've certainly seen the alternative when people who talk to no one, and that can be very detrimental as well.
It'll just fester.
Right, because then you're not dealing with things in a healthy way.
So I love what you guys are doing with Black Love, and thank you for coming to Chicago. So
thank you for having us.
As a fellow millennial, some of the single ones who aren't married yet, I've run across many people in my age group who are apprehensive about getting married. What would you all say are the benefits of being married now that you're in it?
You have somebody that's there for you. Like, this is my rock right here. Like, I know through thick and thin, no matter what, I can turn to him. I always tell him, we've been together for 20 years. This is the longest I've ever had stability in my life. He provided that when we joined together. So, yeah, you're so cute. I love him to death. I love him to death. So, yeah.
I would say the benefits, you have a chance to truly experience love and all the things that come along with that. You have a chance to become better. When you see it's your better half, it truly is, because she makes me better. Every time I wake up and I look at her in the morning. It's like I gotta be better. Having a family, having my sons, man, this is the greatest thing in the world. I mean, taking my sons to the amusement park and hearing them laugh and creating those moments, because when you die and when you leave your legacy, all you have is those moments, those times of love and family and perseverance. So that's the benefits, is that marriage makes me better.
Round of applause.
Thank y'all for coming out. We really
Yeah, and laid back.